When I was on the police force, I met a lot of good men and women, good police officers. They loved their jobs. They loved doing what they do. They just were honest and they had morals and principles. They stood on their square. They just were people who just wanted to help. And unfortunately, I also met some very bad police officers. They're not the majority. They're not even half. Hell, they're not even 10%. But they're out there. I'm not going to sit up here and deny that fact. They are. I have met them. And so when you leave the police force, like I have, and you meet other people who left the police force, you can tell what type of police they are by what type of person they are. For example, the donut operator. It's a good man. I could tell he was a great cop. He has a good heart, and he defends those who are innocent, condemn those who are guilty. He doesn't support a narrative. He doesn't belong to any mega cult. He just call it like it is. And he's loved for it. Brandon Tatum, on the other hand, he was a corrupt cop. And I didn't realize he was a corrupt cop until 2017, when he was a subscriber of my channel. We was following each other on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, he unfollowed me, unsubscribed to my channel, and then began to join Candace in this whole quest to save the black community that he and she don't give a damn about. Knowing that this woman tried to dox me, 2 criminals I have put in jail, to get me killed. You have to ask yourself, how can a fellow police officer, because you're getting a lot of coin, a lot of bling, like a lot of dinero, you're going to sit up here and sell me out and support someone who tried to get me killed? Oh, because you have a price. You can be brought out. Brandon Tatum, I wouldn't be surprised if this nigga planted evidence on people he pulled over. He is a wicked, wicked, wicked individual. A piece of shit human being. And if you are a piece of shit human being, you're going to be 10 times worse when you have the authority to serve and protect. When you become a certified peace officer. Allow me to explain what this is all about. This right here. Look what this bitch nigga said. And this is a police officer now. I want you to understand. This is a former police officer, just like me. And by the way, I'm not a former police officer who cater to the niggerdom of the black community. That ain't me. Michael Brown, pfft. Hey, should have told stop. I'm not on his team. That hands up, don't shoot, that was a straight up lie. I can go on and on and on and on and on of all the didn't do's, and you won't see me here crying for them. But the Central Park 5 is different. These are not didn't do's. These were young men who were innocent. They were and are innocent. And a corrupt cop, just to keep on that mega train to get those white monies coming up in here, so he could tell these damn racist ass crackers everything they want to hear about the black community. This nigga says, after doing research, I agree with Trump about Central Park 5. Really, nigga? Oh, you think you're going to get the black community by saying this shit? This is the hill you and Trump will die on when it comes to the black community. And I'll talk about that later. These guys were not innocent little kids, but young men who admitted to multiple crimes, implicated each other, and were identified by multiple independent witnesses as suspects. People don't read. Shameful. Nigga, I did research. I just want to let you guys know, full disclosure. When the Central Park rape trial started, I was living in Maryland, and I just want to be honest. I didn't know anything about it, didn't want to know anything about it because we had our own problems. Washington, D.C. at that time, my birth home where I was reared in, was known as the murder capital of the world, not the United States, the world. Every day we was dealing with a friend that had got killed or got shot up at a go-go concert or at a picnic or something like that. At school, it just didn't matter. So we had our own problems, and we really didn't care about what was going on in D.C. In New York. So here it is. This happened in 1989. Here it is, 2019, and I'm saying to myself, that doesn't sound right. So let me do my own research. And let me tell you what the story, let me tell you what this is all about, okay? So, where are they? Okay, see these young men right here? I'm going to go ahead and explain to you all what happened. And remember, this is coming from a former police officer who's not a didn't do apologist. I don't sit up here and make excuses for the Pookies and the Tyrones and the Ray Rays. I don't do that. I'm the first to go like, oh, well, this is me. But as I begin to look into the case of this, I couldn't believe that this was really happening in New York in the late 80s and early 90s. These 5 men, along with 10, this is what happened. Central Park in New York. This is just a playground for a lot of juvenile delinquency. A lot of guys go there to pick up girls, or they go over there to deal with some mischief, throw rocks at cars. Not condoning. I'm not saying that that's a good thing. That's bad. But these guys didn't participate in this. They was there to hang out like everybody else, but you had a lot of criminal activities like mugging, assaults, all those things were going on. We had 50 to 60 of these kids coming into the park at once. And during that time, they call it wilding or wilding. We say really wilding out. So anyway, when I watched the Netflix series called When They See Us, I think that's what it's called. I do believe. I think it's called. Let's see. When They See Us, right? Yeah. I want to make sure I say it. Yeah. When They See Us. Okay. I want to talk about that when they see us. Guys, let me tell you something. This was I never had a hard time watching a TV series based off of a true life story than this. I binge watched it. It's only 4 episodes, and the episodes are anywhere from 45 minutes to 50 minutes long. It took me several hours to get through 4 episodes because I was in denial. Like, that didn't happen. That couldn't happen. That's illegal. So I got on my computer and started doing the research. Episode 1 was really the hard. Episode 4 was the hardest. But episode 1, you have these police officers picking up these guys off the street, not notifying their parents, which is, you're not supposed to do that. You can't do that. That's illegal. So that's why I was like, I had to research that, because you can't take a minor off the street and not notify their parents that, hey, we have your son here for a crime. But they didn't even commit a crime. They were just picking them up for questioning. You can't do that. But they did it. Here's something else they did. They tortured these guys, okay? And they kept these these young men in the interrogation room for over 18 hours, messing with their mind, playing good cop, bad cop, assaulting them, They denied them food and water and lied to these young men and said, listen, hey, Raymond said, no, let me see. Kevin said that Raymond did it. Did you see Raymond? Yeah, I saw. You know, they were fucking with these young men's minds to get them to coerce and give these false confessions without a lawyer present signing over their Miranda rights. You can't do this. And the reason why, I'm sorry guys, it's really hard for me to talk about this. It's really hard. This movie, this video was so hard to watch, and I was in disbelief, saying that this didn't happen. I refused that the police department in New York was that corrupt, and I did research, and yes, it was more corrupt than I could even imagine. So they was denied food for 18 hours, denied water, couldn't go to the bathroom. They had to be yelled at, pressured. They don't have their mother. They don't have their parent. They don't have a lawyer. They don't have anyone there. And even the ones who were there, even the parents who were there, it was a father who was there. And I think it was Antron's father forced him to testify to a rape he didn't commit. He forced him. He said, look, I know how these pigs work. You got to do it, and this and the other. And the only people, and I'm sorry, you're going to get mad when I say this, I don't care. It seemed like the only one who had good parents was Yusuf Salam. His mother was the only one who had her shit together. Anyway, long story short, they all gave false testimonies, implementing each other. They didn't even know each other. 5 of these guys didn't even know each other. They were coerced to say things that the prosecutor and the district attorney wanted them to say. Here's something else that's illegal that you don't know. When you're given a statement, you're supposed to write it. And if you are not able to write it, you're supposed to have your parent or lawyer write out your testimony for you, read it to you, word for word, and then if that testimony is 100% correct of what you are trying to say, then you sign it. The police officers, the detectives that were harassing and interrogating these boys, actually abusing them, mentally abusing them, emotionally abusing them, wrote the statement and wrote what they needed. Like, say, for instance, with Corey. Corey is not able to read and write well. And so the detective who was getting Corey's statement, which is under duress, he was intimidated, and you can tell he's lying. I'm going to show a video, just a small clip of him, and you can just see that this boy has been under extreme duress and stress. And he's just lying because they said, listen, just tell us what we want to know and we'll send you home. Tell us what we want to know and we'll send you home. Tell us what you want to tell us what we need to know. They promised to send these boys home after being abused for 18 hours, having their rights violated for 18 hours. And they lied to them. They said, well, they'll say anything because they wanted to go home. So then the detective took the statement down and said, and lied and said that Corey penetrated her. And since Corey can't read, since the detective wrote that testimony down, said, okay, sign this and you go home. Corey can't read. That's illegal. You can't do this. And because I was saying to myself, this is not true. And I kept fact checking. And I'm saying to myself, how is it that I was able to do the research, Brandon, and see that this was true? These boys are innocent, and you sit up here and you saw something else because of fucking Trump? But here's the biggest thing. Here's the biggest thing. This is the biggest thing I want to say. Even if you didn't believe these boys, okay, and you believe that they did tell a testimony about raping this woman, which they didn't, there were no DNA evidence connecting them to the DNA found on her body. So we're supposed to be about DNA evidence, and this bitch nigga, the corrupt cop Brandon Tatum, just like, well, I don't care if they didn't find DNA. They guilty because Trump said. They guilty because Trump said. Oh, the God Emperor Trump said it, so you know Massa says it. He's never wrong. He's never wrong. So then, 10 years later, the actual rapist comes up. He's in jail already. And he confessed and says, these boys didn't rape that girl. I raped her. And he gave specific details that matched the condition of her body, the location where he dragged her. And the biggest thing about the whole ordeal was the girl who was jogging in the park had a Walkman on. When he gave, specific details 10 years later about how he raped this woman, he talked about how he took her Walkman from the scene of the crime where he raped her and brutally beat her. He told the object he used to beat her, to abuse her, and then he talked about how he went home with blood and mud all over him. The blood that was at the crime scene didn't match the blood on these boys. Their DNA didn't match it, but when they finally got the DNA from the confessed rapist, it matched. Perfect match. But Brandon doesn't care about DNA evidence. He doesn't care that the real rapist confessed and the real rapist said that he acted alone. Doesn't matter because the God Emperor said that these boys are wrong. So now that you understand all of this, and I just want to show you a video. This is Corey Wise. This is Corey Wise. So Brandon gets on Twitter and says, first of all, he tried to. Oh, hold on, I gotta stop that because it automatically plays. He uses this article saying that a half-breed officer from the police department says that he also believed that the boys are guilty. But if you read the article, it's just some ignorant, low IQ half-breed saying, I don't believe these boys because they confessed that they did it. But he don't admit that their rights were violated. He doesn't acknowledge the fact that there was no DNA evidence that even traced these boys to the scene. They don't know each other. So how is it that you're going to sit up here? Remember, they don't know each other. They didn't know each other. And the only reason they knew the names of each other is because the police said, well, didn't you see Raymond? Well, didn't you see Corey? Well, wasn't it Yusuf that did it? Wasn't it? And so they had these little boys, because they're under duress and they've been abused and they've just been like, they've deprived water, the bathroom and food. They just want their parents. They're in there alone. They feel alone. They feel abandoned. They got to go through these mind games of good cop, bad cop. Okay. They said what they needed to say to get out of there. Now, some of you are not really good at reading body language. I am. I'm very good at reading body languages. Okay? So I'm going to turn it back. I want you to look at Corey Wise. Out of all the people who got it worse, Corey got it. I'm telling you, man, if you have a sensitive mind or a sensitive stomach or something like that, don't watch When They See Us. It's going to fuck your head up. It's one of those things that took so long, and I stayed up for 24 hours seeing these scenes go through my head. I even cried. And I'm saying to myself, I can't believe this happened to these boys. But even if you're not good at looking at the body languages of people, I want you to look at it. Remember, this is Corey. Been intimidated, deprived of everything. By the way, this Pepsi can was selectively put there. But I want you to see if you can spot him. He's lying to the district attorney. And the district attorney is leading him to answer the questions that will get him convicted. And he's doing this all without a lawyer or without a parental supervision. Watch this. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I got to get this off of my speakers. Okay, here we go.
Steve said, okay, she scratching you up, man. It's evidence on you, it's scratching you up. So you hold her hand, he slapped up. So she scratched him up.
Who did that?
Kevin.
You said that someone had sex with her?
Yeah, Kevin. It's Kevin. Raven. It was Stephen Raven.
Look at him. Guys, look at this young man. And remember now, we're gonna look at a couple more. He can't even remember. It was Kevin. He's looking up, trying to pull lies. Watch it again. He's looking up, trying to pull lies out of the sky to say what this district attorney want him to say so he can go home. He was coerced, intimidated, and abused into making a false testimony against himself. That's illegal. One more again. Watch this.
You said that someone had sex with her?
Yeah, Kevin.
Watch
Kevin. Raven. It was Stephen Raven.
You sure who had sex with her?
Yes.
Who was the first person to have sex with her?
Look at his body language.
It was Raven.
Do you remember talking to the detective about who had sex with her?
Yeah.
When you talked to this detective earlier, to Detective Nugent? When you talked to Detective Nugent earlier, did you make a statement to him and tell him that two people had sex with her?
Yes.
And did you tell him the names of those people?
Yes.
Did you tell him one of those people was Steve?
Yes.
And do you remember that you told him that one of those people was Kevin?
Yes.
All right. Now you just said it was Raymond.
It was Raymond. All three of them.
All three of them had sex?
Yes.
Who was the first one who had sex with?
Sex with what? Who? It was Steve.
Okay. When he had sex with her, did you...
You can't see he's lying. If Brandon was a real good police officer, which he's a piece of shit, and I believe he was a corrupt police officer who has no police law enforcement skills, you could see in the body language of this young man that he's lying. And the district attorney is leading his testimony. She's feeding him lines. Well, didn't you say this? And listen, it's on YouTube. You can go ahead and watch the entire clip yourself. It's 23 minutes and 17 seconds long. He is nervous. He is scared. And you can tell, but of all the things he is lying. He is lying because he was forced to lie. But then you have to ask yourself, why would a man... So the reason why I bring this up is because he uses this, okay? He uses this video because somebody named Big Chips 25 says, so the prosecutor DNA evidence that exonerated them isn't the truth. And this bitch nigga just puts a video like, ha, got him. Here's some evidence which really proves that they're innocent. Because if you look at this, the demeanor of Corey, you can tell that Corey is lying. But Brandon is a fucking piece of shit, dude. And this is your Trump supporter. These are these niggas talking about some MAGA. They're all fucked up. So let's talk about Trump ass. Okay? Let's talk about Trump. I had no idea that because of him is the reason why all of this bad press was put on these 5 guys. Oh, but you want to save the black community, huh? Guess what? You're done with the black community. I told you people. I said, stop playing identity politics. You don't want to go down that road. Stop catering to the black community. You don't give a fuck about the black community. Leave them alone. They didn't ask for your fucking help. Now we need to get them off the Democratic plantation. We need to save them because the Democrats are racist and they're racist and blah, blah, blah. They started the KKK. They was for segregation, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck have y'all done, Republicans? And please spare me with the whole unemployment rate is low. Okay, please spare me with that bullshit. I want to know what you specifically done for the black community. Not a goddamn thing, you racists and bread crackers. I am so tired of you all playing identity politics. I am done. I'm coming after you too because of that. And that's not a threat. When I say I'm coming after you with my videos. So I started doing all this. I'll leave a link to this article in the description box. I started to do some research because I said to myself, I swear I was in disbelief that this was done to these boys. And I was like, how did it get so bad? Well, let's read. How was Donald Trump involved in the Central Park 5 jogger case? As is mentioned in episode 2, When They See Us, Donald Trump really did take out an ad calling to bring back the death penalty of the Central Park 5. In fact, he took out 4 advertisements in 4 New York papers, spending a reported $85,000. You want to save the black community, huh? This is the hill Trump will die on when it comes to the black community. Trust me, I have never been wrong so far when I told you people to leave black folks alone. Leave them alone. No, you want to sit up here and pander to them like a football in a football game? Okay, I got it. Because guess what? If you thought his approval rating was low with black folks before, wait until this begins to get around, and it's now spreading. In the ad, Trump wrote, "I want to hate those muggers and murderers." The girl didn't die. She was in a coma for 2 weeks. She didn't die. The jogger was in a coma. They thought she was going to die, but she didn't. So what the hell are you talking about, muggers? And whatever happened to who got murdered? Trump, what the fuck are you talking about? They should be forced to suffer, and when they kill, they should be executed for their crimes. They didn't kill anybody. They must serve as examples so that others will think long and hard before committing a crime or an act of violence. In the Guardian interview, the real Salam, this is Yusuf here. This is him, Yusuf Salam, okay. Who was 15 years old at the time, Trump put out the ad, said he felt Trump was the fire starter that swayed the public against him and the other 4 members of Central Park 5. These are facts. Trump's ad fueled the racist divide in New York City against these innocent boys. And when I say they're innocent, they are innocent. Because unlike Brandon Tatum, I actually did the research. And I don't give a fuck about Trump. So I'm not sitting here pandering to the mega cult. So this nigga is trying to, first of all, he got dropped by Turning Point USA. So he's trying to make some money. And he started this, I told you guys from the last video, this LLC shit that he's starting, the Officer Tatum LLC. So he's got to cater to the fucking crooked cop narrative. The news clip of Trump that Yosef's mother watched, in which he says, "I would love to be a well-educated black because I really believe they do have an actual advantage today. It is also real." It's a clip from Trump in 1989. So let me just show you the actual ad ad that Trump took out, and this is easily researchable. You guys can fact check me, trust me. So he took out, this is $85,000 worth of ads that he took out, you know, poisoning the minds of the residents of New York, that regardless of no evidence, no DNA evidence connecting these boys to that rape, they didn't know each other. The fact that their rights were violated, the fact that they were abused, the fact that they were interrogated for 18 hours without legal representation or the presence of their parents. The fact that they were fed these lies and told lies like, if you lie about raping this woman, we will give you to your parents. We will let you go. Everything they did was illegal. And even in the Netflix series, they said, hey, we can't put their testimonies out there because this is inadmissible, because they don't have any legal representation. But they did it anyway. They showed the tapes anyway of them confessing, and that's what got them convicted. Not DNA evidence, not witnesses. These are the only they're witnessing against each other because of how they were harassed and tortured during the interrogation process. So this is the ad Trump puts out. And then you think Trump stopped there? Oh no, honey. He got to go on TV too. Okay? Let's look at this shit. Trump in 1989 Central Park 5 interview. Maybe hate is what we need. You want to cater to the black community? Oh, good luck with that. Hopefully this freaking video will play.
I hate these people. And let's all hate these people, because maybe hate is what we need if we're going to get something done. I mean, it's incredible.
After that terrible attack in Central Park, you spent a lot of money taking ads that seemed, Donald, to the casual reader insightful, like vigilante, wow, let's fight back. You want to give me a little history?
Dude, I just want to hear the interview. I didn't know it was like this.
I mean, I don't see anything insightful. I am strongly in favor of the death penalty. I'm also in favor of bringing back police forces that can do something instead of just turning their back, because every quality lawyer that represents people that are in trouble said the first thing they do is start shouting police brutality, etc. The disappointing aspect of it is that, while 95% of the people agree with me, probably 40% of the columnists agree. I mean, I've had newspaper people, in fact, I had some woman the other day stick a microphone in my face from one of the major networks. But don't you have compassion for these young men that raped and beat and mugged and everything else this wonderful woman?
They didn't rape this woman, Trump. And you knew that right then and there. They didn't even have the trial yet.
The other day, I went to a hospital in Brooklyn. A woman was raped, mugged, and thrown off a 4-story building, okay? And a reporter asked me whether or not I had any compassion or feeling for the people that did it. Do I have hatred for them? And I said, look, this woman was raped, mugged, and thrown off a building. Thrown off a building, on top of everything else. She's virtually, I mean, she's got some major problems, to put it mildly. I said, of course I hate these people. And let's all hate these people, because maybe hate is what we need if we're going to get something done. I mean, it's incredible when a reporter asks me whether or not I have compassion for the people that did this crime. I have absolutely no compassion.
Obviously. How about if it were asked this way? We don't know who did that crime, and the court's going to decide who did that crime. Were you prejudging those arrested?
No, I'm not prejudging at all. I'm not in this particular case. I'm saying if they're found guilty, if the woman died, which she hopefully will not be dying, but if the woman died, I think they should be executed. I think you should have the death penalty. I think most people agree with me on that.
I didn't judge. And even though they didn't have a court case, if she dies, they should go to jail and they should get killed. You see how this motherfucker just flip-flop like that? He just said, no, they didn't have their trial yet. But if she died, they should get the death penalty. Well, nigga, if they didn't commit, if they did not have their trial to prove their guilt or innocence, how is it that you want to put the death penalty before their trial? He wants to kill these boys before they even have a trial. And Larry King says, well, they haven't had their trial yet. So they're innocent until they have their trial. Well, yeah, they're innocent until they have their trial. But they should get the death penalty if she dies. They should get the death penalty if she dies, even though they didn't have their trial to prove that they're innocent. And, listen, I'm a hard sell. If I'm looking at this bullshit like you fucked up, imagine how furious the black community is. And I don't have nothing to do with the black community. Remember that now.
Was the ad careful to say if? Because there could have been a bystander,
Well,
could have been someone
you
wrongfully
can write
arrested.
anything. I mean, here's a fairly long ad. It was fairly detailed and all, and you can take any interpretation.
You can take any interpretation? Really? You can take any interpretation? Okay. All right. Got it. Yeah, that's another thing too. Despite their exoneration. Yeah. So here's the best thing about this, right? For me, it was an eye opener. They were exonerated. They were awarded by De Blasio $41 million, which is not enough for all the pain, especially what Corey Wise went through. Even though they were found not guilty and they was exonerated, and it was discovered that they were abused and their rights were violated, Trump still said, they're still guilty. They're still guilty. I still stand by it. He not doubled down. He tripled down. But yet still you talking about the black community, the black community, the black community. Oh, you are done with the black community. You have no chance in hell. Watch, people, watch. I'm never wrong about this. I'm never wrong. You always, all of you all, always underestimate me when I bring you facts like this in reference to the black community. You sit up here and listen to stupid ass Candace Owens, daggone low IQ Anthony B. Logan, Brandon Tatum, and everybody else who support Turning Point USA from that Negro League, and you sit up here and say, well, no, you don't understand. We're going to wake them up. No, you're not. They hate you now. And like I said, it's now getting big, but give it by the end of this week. The entire black community is going to be furious about this. Because let me tell you something, that series was so hard to watch. And he still doesn't admit. Can Trump ever admit when he's wrong? No, I don't think so. He can never admit when he's wrong. In a statement to CNN.
The problem with our society is that the victim has absolutely no rights and the criminal has unbelievable rights. Unbelievable rights. And I say it has to stop. That's why I took the ad. And I have to tell you, that ad, I've never done anything that's been so positively received.
Wow. And you still believe these boys, after everything, you still believe they're fucking guilty, Trump. Really, you believe they're guilty. And then you got this nigga talking about something. Yes, sir, Master Trump. Yes, sir, Master Trump. You right. Them boys are guilty. Guys, I'm going to conclude this video by saying this. Is there anything else I think I got all my evidence here. Listen, I'm going to conclude my video by saying this. I am a hard sell when it comes to criminal activities committed by individuals from the black community. But I'm fair. And unlike this corrupt cop, I actually did do the research, and I did look at tons of other videos that were prior to the Netflix series. These boys, who are grown men now, are and were innocent. And to this day, Donald Trump and these niggas like Anthony B. Logan, Candace Owens, and Brandon Tatum are going against them because they don't want to upset the God Emperor known as Trump. So you have to ask me, like, I used to feel angry that Trump would accept somebody like Candace Owens. But now I realize it makes sense. Corrupt people would accept corrupt people. You motherfuckers are birds of a feather. Everything happens for a reason. I know I'm going to get a lot of butthurt comments. Fuck you guys. If you're butthurt by all these facts about your God Emperor, about this bitch nigga Brandon Tatum, thumb down the video, motherfucker, and take some preparation aids. But these are facts that you can never dispute. I dare you. I dare you take this video and try to debunk everything I'm saying in it. You can't. All you can do is sit up here and get your little fifis hurt and Tree is so mean. Stop talking about Brandon and stop talking about Anthony B. Logan and Candace Owens and our God Emperor Trump. Dude, this is what happens when you play identity politics. This is Tree from treeoflogic.com, and I was going to make the anti-NRA video today, but this shit happened, and I had to make this one just to show you, just to keep a timeline of how bad this is, so that when we look at this 4 or 5 years from now, you can see that I was on the right side of history when it came to the corruption and the lies and the deceit of the people who took over the Republican Party. Later, taters.